traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Friday, TGIF, and it is June 16th. Welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. As always, I do appreciate the support. Definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And definitely join my free Discord channel, 100% free to join. The link is in the chats, in the description, and in my poll that I'm running. So definitely give that a look if you have not done so already. We have close to 4,000 members now, so very large community of traders willing to help each other out. So before we get started, we do have consumer sentiment news coming out in a half an hour, about 30 minutes, 29 minutes, so we definitely want to really try to focus on the dollar pairs during that news event. So let's get started right away. As usual, we're going to look at the DXY US dollar index, do the full top-down analysis, then we're going to apply that information and use that for helping us figure out what to do on all the other US dollar pairs. So let's start off with the monthly time frame. So monthly time frame DXY, I still think this looks like a big A, B, and C correction. It definitely was respecting these Fibonacci levels. It definitely made an impulsive move down with a break of structure. If this really is the end of a wave C, then this will end up continuing the downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. Now we are talking about the monthly time frame, so that could take years to play out. So let's head down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I still believe this is possibly in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1 or A, more likely a 1. I think this is most likely an ABC, probably a 2, but could be a wave B. And I do still think that this is going down for either a C, which a C would look like this, so we'll definitely be able to recognize that with a break of structure to the upside, or it's going to be a 3, which a 3 will definitely have pullbacks, but it will not have a break of structure. It'll just keep on trending down, making lower lows, lower highs, which I do think that this is a wave 3, because I do believe that this back here is the end of a wave C. So let's take it down even further to the daily time frame. Oh, get rid of that on the daily. So on the daily time frame, you can see a nice uptrend over here for what it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is a downtrend for the A of B, 3 waves up for the B of B, and a downtrend for the C of B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave uptrend with a break of structure proves that this move up is over. I definitely think this is a 1, 2, 3. I do not think that this is over. I do believe that we've already ended a correction, either a wave 2 or possibly a wave B, and that we're going down now for a wave C or possibly a wave 3. Either scenario, I think, whether it's a C or whether it's a 3, is not really that important to us right now, because either way, I think that we are in a downtrend and that the downtrend is not over yet. So let's keep all this in mind as we go down to sort of time frames, going down to the 4-hour time frame. Still kind of in the way right there. Let's just only see that on the 1 hour. There we go. So on the 4-hour time frame, we have a downtrend right here. Looks like a 1. This is definitely an ABC, an irregular ABC. We got impulsive up A, 3 waves down B, impulsive up C. That is a lower high, but that is definitely 1 up, 3 down, and 1 up. That's for sure a ABC of 2. And I think that this is still a wave 3, and I think that even if it does go up, I believe that it will make a lower high probably next week, another lower high, and most likely just keep on trending down for that wave 3 or possibly for that wave C. So let's keep going down to the 1-hour time frame. Now on the 1-hour time frame, this is the shape that I've been paying attention to this morning, because we have a very, very nice looking 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's almost a perfect shape of a trend right there. If you looked up what a 5-wave Elliott wave trend was on the internet or in the Elliott wave Proctor book, that is pretty much exactly the picture you would see, which is why I do think that this is probably going to go up today and then probably correct, and then probably between Sunday and Monday, between the rest of today, Sunday, and then sometime during Monday, it'll probably make this ABC correction, and then probably go up to one of these Fibonacci levels, most likely to 61 or to 50. Then from there is where I believe that it will make its impulsive move to the downside, because like I said on the longer time frames, I believe that we are in a wave 3 or possibly a wave C. Either scenario, I believe that we have a long ways to go to the downside. So now that we've kind of figured that out, I'm pretty confident that the dollar is going to go up over the next day, maybe 2 trading days. So we need to apply that information to all these other US dollar pairs and then help this information that we learned from analyzing the dollar. It will help us trade all these US dollar pairs, including gold, and yes, we can look at silver. David, no problem. Hey Robin, how's it going? The Seacos, hello, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. So let's go to the euro dollar. Let's head back up to the daily time frame. Euro dollar is pretty clear to me that this is a 1, 2, 3. I believe that this is the end of a wave 2 right here. This is probably a 1, 2, 3 of wave 1 of wave 3. It's probably just a wave 1 of a wave 3 most likely, or a wave 1 of a wave C, but more likely a wave 1 of a wave 3. So I think the trend is up. I definitely don't think the trend is over, and I am for sure still primarily looking for longs on shorter time frames. So let's see, on the 4-hour time frame is where you can see the impulsive move up with the break of structure, proving to me that this whole downtrend is over. I believe this downtrend is a wave C, which is why I believe that this is not over yet. I think this is a 1, I think this is a 2, I believe that this is all a wave 3. I do believe it is probably going to go down today, but I still think that that's going to be part of a correction. Most likely it's going to be a correction to this last wave up, so if you put your Fibonacci retracement on there, you see 3 waves down, you see impulsive move up probably next week at some point at this time. That should be the continuation of the uptrend. So 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, we still don't have a break of structure to the downside, so we still can't say 100% for sure. Let me fix that Fibonacci level a little bit since we did make that last push up. So we can't really say for sure that this trend is over, but it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, it's almost a perfect uptrend, which is why I do think that this is probably going to make a pullback over the next 1 or 2 trading days, probably an ABC correction, which most likely will be a correction to just this last wave up. ABC down, impulsive up at a fib level would be exactly what I would be looking for my next entry to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. So let's check out the pound dollar. So on the euro dollar, I am expecting it to go down, but I think that move down probably is going to be a correction to the move up. We also have to move this Fibonacci level a little bit also. Let's head back up to the daily. Now the pound has been very strong to the upside. I think this right here is the end of a wave C of 2. I still think this is a 1, 2, 3 also, just like the euro dollar. Definitely no reason to think the wave 3 is over. I think there's a good chance we're going to make a pullback, but I believe that that's just going to be a correction in a bigger trend. Hey Lucas, hey Crizzy, hey Papanta, how's it going today? So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame is where we can see the impulsive move up, the break of structure, which I do believe proves that this whole downtrend is over. Oh, hey, Hepicasy, how's it going? Nice to see you. So, yeah, thanks for the support and everything. If you have any requests, definitely let me know. I'll be more than glad to look. So anyways, we got a wave 1, we got 3 waves down for a wave 2, and I still think this is all part of a wave 3. There's definitely no reason to think that the wave 3 is over yet. There's no break of structure. Really, there's no reason to think this trend is over, and it very easily could just keep on going up. But it does seem to me most likely that if we go to the 1-hour time frame, it still seems most likely to me that today's news is going to cause this to make a move down, probably throughout the rest of today, right into Sunday, before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So I am definitely looking at this as possibly another 3-way pattern. It hasn't even started yet, so I wouldn't go short now, but if it does start to go down, most likely it's going to be an ABC correction, and most likely it will be another continuation of the uptrend later on. So let's see, let's keep moving down. And let's check out the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is already in a correction by the looks of it. So the daily time frame, the Aussie's been very strong to the upside, as you can see. We have a downtrend for the A, we have 3 waves up for the A, B, C, or B, we got a downtrend for the C, we got impulsive up, a break of structure. That's clearly an ABC correction to this last move up, and I think that this one is probably not over yet either. I would expect it to at least go up to one of these fib levels. I think this is going to be a little different than the other dollar pairs, because I think this is going to be an ABC, which I think it'll go beyond what we could see, but most likely an ABC of Y on the weekly and the monthly time frames. I do offer an Elliott wave course, bear, if you are interested, I'll put the link for that in the description and in the chat also. But if you purchase my Patreon membership, it comes with a course, which I do talk about Elliott wave, structure analysis, risk management, Fibonacci analysis, and really my whole trading strategy is in that course. So if you're interested, definitely give that a look. Anyways, on the 4-hour time frame, we have a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. We got impulsive up, we got a breakup structure, and ever since that day, we've been making higher highs, higher lows. There's really no reason to think that this trend is over, even if it does go down, which I think it probably will. It's most likely just going to be a correction to this last move up, and it most likely will continue the uptrend also. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, this one looks like it's already leading the pack a little bit. Hey Connor, how's it going? So this kind of looks like it's already in like a wave A, really. It's probably going to go down a little further and then probably go up and make a B, probably back down to make a C. A, B, C correction, most likely a correction to this last wave up. Looks very clear that it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape on pretty much every single pair, dollar pair, which is why I'm pretty confident that today's news is probably going to cause a beginning of a correction on the dollar pairs. So let's move it down to the Kiwi dollar. Let's head back up to the daily time frame. Now, Kiwi dollar is very, very similar to the Aussie dollar, as in we got a downtrend. We got 3 waves up for an A, B, C, or B. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Impulsive up. I don't think this trend is over either. I think it is probably going to make a move down, but I think that move down will be a correction to the move up, and I do believe that it will end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. This one looks a little more convincing that it may make a bigger move down, but still I think it's probably just a 1, ABC of 2, and this is probably all a wave 3, which really there's no proof that the wave 3 is even over. It's probably just going to more likely make a correction to this last move up and end up continuing the uptrend also. If this really is the end of a wave C, then this will go up and take out these highs and go a lot further than that most likely. So let's keep going down to the 1-hour time frame. Really, on the 1-hour time frame, we should be getting rid of these fibs, make it so we don't see it on this time frame, and we really should be putting a fib right here. And we should be looking for a 3-wave reversal, like something like this, down to a Fibonacci level, impulsive move up. Probably just like the other pairs, there'll probably be another maybe 2 trading days before it's actually ready to go long again. But I do think that if it does go down, it's just going to be a correction to the uptrend, and it will later on just keep on trending up, I believe. So really no reason to think that any of these trends are over, even though I do believe they probably are going to make a move down. The pound, the US dollar Canadian that is also giving us a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up to the daily. So the US dollar Canadian, I believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. I think this is an ABC of 2. And I believe that this right here is all a wave 3. At some point it probably will end a 1 and then go up and make a 2 of 3, like a 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and then down again for a 3 of 3. So at some point I would expect to see a bigger correction, but right now it definitely looks like it's in a wave 3. We're not bouncing off any fib levels. We are not breaking structure. The trend is definitely still down. Going to the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, my last structure level is right there, and that tells me that most likely, even if it does make a move up, it's just going to be a correction to this last move down. And just like the other dollar pairs, I think the trend is still down, and I'm definitely going to continue to look for shorts in a downtrend unless this most recent lower high gets broken. We get a break of structure and it holds above that structure, which it definitely has not done so yet. Going to the 1-hour time frame, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. And like I said, pretty much every dollar pair has that 5-wave shape, which is why I do think that today's news is going to cause this to go up, but I think it's just going to be a correction to this move down, probably an A, B, C, and most likely later on end up continuing the downtrend. So let's check out the US dollar Swiss. We'll kind of skip through these, not skip through, but we'll zip through these last 3-4 pairs and look at a few other things before we get the news. So I think this has already ended a correction. To me, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably like a 1 of 3. This looks like an ABC correction, went right to the 50% level. Now it looks like it's trending down, probably the end of a 2 of 3, and this is probably already in that wave 3 of wave 3. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, it definitely started off very, very corrective right there, as you can see, but most likely this right here is a 1, and most likely this is an A, 3 waves down for the B, and an uptrend for the C. So right there is probably where the wave 2 ends, and then this is all most likely a wave 3, and it probably is not over yet. So we'll have to see. There's always a possibility these trends could just keep on trending. You know, the trends are definitely down. There's really no confirmation that anything is over. So today's news really could definitely cause these trends to just keep on going in their direction. But the fact that I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on basically every single dollar pair is making me very confident that it is going to make a move up, but that move up is probably just going to be a correction to this last move down, probably up to a Fibonacci level, and then next week, most likely, back down it will go. So, US dollar yen, what do we got on the dollar yen? Dollar yen is definitely still going up, but this is more a yen thing than a dollar thing, honestly. I always considered a dollar yen more of a yen pair, probably 80% of the time. I think it's more of a yen pair than a dollar pair, because I think the yen drives this pair more than anything. But anyways, this is definitely an uptrend. First of all, I think this downtrend is a 1. This is an A, 3 waves down for a B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think it's going to go up to the 68%. Then I think it's going to turn down, ending a wave 2, and most likely continuing the downtrend for that wave 3. So I don't think this one is over yet, and since we definitely don't have that break of structure to the downside yet, I am definitely looking for longs on sort of time frames still. And like I said, I think the reason why I'm looking for shorts on all other dollar pairs is because of the dollar. The reason why I'm looking for longs on this one is because of the yen, not the dollar. But we have 1 down, 3 up, 1 down, ABC. Ever since then, it's been making higher lows, higher lows. Definitely no reason to think it's over yet. I am for sure still looking for longs in an uptrend. I expect it to go up to the 61.8 before it even thinks about going down, which tells me that I am definitely still looking for longs, and there probably will be another couple opportunities to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. Going down to the 1-hour time frame, this even has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape, so makes me wonder. So the other ones, I'm thinking that the dollar is going to go. Let me just verify this one time. Yeah, I was thinking that the dollar was going to go up on everything else, so maybe this is just going to keep on drifting up. It seems pretty likely. None of the yen pairs look like they're finished yet, so I definitely am still looking for longs. Even if it does make a move down, I'm not going to go short because I think it'll just be short-lived. I believe that it will just end up continuing the uptrend. US dollar yen, sorry, not yen, but gold. Ooh, gold tried to make a push down. Now, I know this is kind of goes against what most people think, but that's kind of, I think, what makes me a good analyst, is because I kind of go against the crowd. But I do believe that this is an A, I do believe this is 3 ways up for a B, and I do believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're right at the 50%. I still think that this is going to go up. I still think it's going to break that structure and most likely continue the uptrend. So I am definitely still very, well, right now we don't have a break of structure yet. We don't have that wave 4 structure broken yet, so technically we should be looking for shorts on sort of time frames, but I do think that it is more likely that it will break that structure and it will end up continuing the uptrend. So the 4-hour time frame is where you can actually see this trend. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 5 of C possibly. It definitely has 5 waves. It's very, very overlapping, which I think is an ending flat. It's like an ending flat for the wave 5 of C. We have a break of structure to the upside, which helps confirm that this move down may be over, and I think it's more likely that it probably will go up. It probably will break structure. Maybe it will make a move down today, but I think maybe Monday or later on today it will go up. It will break structure, which will prove that this whole move down is over, and most likely from there it will just keep on trending up. So let's head down to the 1 hour. So gold is already turned down. This is probably actually a trend, I bet. And I think that this may actually keep going down today, probably even breaking structure. But most likely it's just going to be an ABC, and then I think next week, or maybe even later today, or maybe market open on Sunday during the Asian session is when it will end up continuing the uptrend. So let's check out silver, because I did see one of the members did request that in the chats. Silver, I still think it ended a big ABC on the monthly, so I am definitely still bullish on silver, just like I am gold. Going down to the weekly, we are definitely still trending up. Yeah, what do we think about this? On gold, I think this is a wave A. And it kind of makes sense because this trend right here doesn't have a clear wave 1. If I thought this was a 3, 4, 5, then I would have to see like a clear 1, 2 down here. So I don't think that's what it is. I think the trend ends here, and this is a 1, this is a B, and this is a C. And this also broke structure, so I think this one also is probably going to head up just like gold. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, yeah, this looks very corrective on silver. It's like a 5-wave move down, but it definitely looks very corrective. It broke structure and then rejected that structure right away, which is another good sign that the trend is probably turning up and that we should probably just continue to look for longs in an uptrend, especially on the shorter time frames. So let's take it right down to the 1-hour time frame. So I do expect that the news today is going to cause the dollar to go up. So I'm also expecting that silver will go down, but I think it will just be a crescent to this move up, probably like a 1 and a 2, make an ABC down. ABC of 2 is most likely what it will be, and then most likely continue the uptrend. So let's see, we don't have much time before the news comes out. Like I said, we got that consumer confidence in less than not very long, about 7 minutes, so we don't have too much time. Let's go look at the stock market real quick so we can get that out of the way. I did just do a video on this today also, but if anybody missed it, then we'll look at it real quick while we're waiting for the news to come out. So this one also to me looks very clear that it's a 1, 2, 3, and I don't think the 3 is over. I think it's going to go up to one of these higher fib levels, maybe even further. I still think it's a wave B, but I think this is the A, 3 waves down for the B, and now we're in a 3 of C. Eventually I do think it is going to make a big move down, but I think it's probably going to be maybe this fall or something before it actually decides to do that. So on the 4-hour time frame, we definitely don't have any structure break. We have no reason to think this is over. It probably is going to make a move down, but most likely that move down is just going to be a crescent to the move up. So it definitely did make 3 waves up though, so that's kind of an odd pattern. And if I expect the dollar to go up, then this is probably going to go down, and it's probably going to go down to one of these fib levels. So ABC down to a fib level, maybe like the 50 or the 61.8, make an impulsive move up, and most likely end up continuing the uptrend from there. So let's see, so I would definitely still be looking for longs. Even though I expect this to go down, I would be looking for longs primarily at the end of a 3-way pullback, just like all these other ones in the past. Lots of 3-way pullbacks, 3 waves down, 3 waves down, 3 waves down. Yeah, right there's even 3 waves down, even though it's kind of messy, but that's exactly what I'm looking for more entries to go long for the continuation of this uptrend. Bitcoin, we may as well look at that one also. Ooh, Bitcoin did make another push down. I think Bitcoin's going down in a way B. So what I actually think we have here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think this is all a correction, like a wave B. It may make a move up to make a wave B of B, like there's probably a wave A, a B, a B, a B, and then a C of B. But I think it's going to go down to at least a 61.8 before it goes back up to make that bigger wave C. I still think this could go all the way up to someplace between like the $40,000 and $38,000 area before it breaks structure and ends up continuing back down, which my overall target on this is still about the the $12,000 to $8,000 range to finish off this pattern. So we still may get a big move down eventually, but definitely not happening yet. This does look to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type shape, so that's why I think it could be a wave A, and it probably is going to go up and make like a wave B, which would be a crescent to this move down, then probably down again for a C, ABC of B, 61.8% fib, and then back up I think it will go. So let's take it right down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, we don't really have much of a break of structure, but I bet this is actually going to start making a move to the upside, and it might even be like a wave A or B. Eventually make a wave B or B, and then back up again for a C or B. A, B, C, or B, this is probably a wave A, and then back down again for a C, just like I was showing on the 4-hour time frame. So it definitely seems like that is the most likely thing. There really is no structure break to the upside yet, so really we should still primarily be looking for shorts, even though I do expect that this is probably what's going to happen over the next week or two. So we definitely want to look at yen pairs, and we're probably going to look at oil and natural gas. We have about 5 minutes, so maybe we can give a quick look at oil. I was wondering if this was going to be an ABC today. Oil is quite messy for sure. It still kind of looks... I've been going back and forth on this, but the fact that it has not broken structure is what we really need to pay attention to. It probably is an A, it probably is a B, and it probably is a C. And this is probably like a downtrend, and this is probably a correction to that downtrend. So I think that this is actually going to end up continuing back down. It might even end up taking out that low. The reason why I've been going back and forth is because the weekly and the monthly, they do kind of look like they want to go up, but I don't think it's probably quite ready for that. If it was going up, it would make a 1, 2, 3 like this. But what it actually did was make an A, B, C, and now it's going back down. So it's probably going to continue to go down, I would say. 1 hour time frame. It kind of looks like it could be forming that ABC correction. That move up actually might have just been a stop hunt. Maybe like a little bit of a bull trap. So it does kind of look like it made like a three-way pattern up. It is kind of at the Fibonacci level. If it goes down and takes out that structure, I would say that's the end of a correction. I think it is more likely to go down based on the longer time frames for sure. Natural gas has been going up pretty nicely. I think there's a good chance this is finally going up for that wave 4. And this wave 4 needs to go up to at least this 38%, I think, before it goes back down and makes a wave 5. So I think there's a good chance that this is going to keep on going up too. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, 4-hour time frame. It kind of looks like it's trying to go back up. I think someplace in here we have a wave 5 of 3. And then maybe this is even like a 1, and this is an ABC of 2, and this is like a 1, 2, 3, and it just keeps on trending up, and it's probably all part of a wave A. It's probably going to look more like this, so like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. Maybe a little bit different, but something similar to that, like a B and then a C. ABC of wave 4 is most likely what I would expect to see. We got not very long until that dollar news comes out, so we definitely want to switch back to that. On the 1-hour time frame, I do think that this is probably just going to be a correction, so I would be putting my Fibonacci here. I would definitely be looking at this move down as possibly a correction to this last wave up. So if it goes down, makes 3 waves down to one of these fib levels, then yeah, natural gas, definitely. I think it is. We have a break of structure, so I think this is most likely an ABC. I think it'll make a correction, probably go down to one of these 3 Fibonacci levels and then head back up. I am definitely keeping an eye on this because I really do appreciate the ABC corrections that natural gas has. They make some very, very beautiful looking 3-way pullbacks, so I bet it's going to look something like that. And I bet it will end up continuing up. It should at least go up and take out that high, even if it's not a continuation up, which I think it probably is a continuation up. So I think that break of structure is probably telling us that this wave is over and that we're starting the beginning of a new correction, most likely. So we do not have much time now. We got 30 seconds until the news comes out. It is consumer sentiment. It's definitely not a real big news event, but it's definitely a pretty good one. Sometimes it affects the market a lot, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's underwhelming, sometimes it's not, so we really just have to pay attention and see and watch what happens. Now I am in a dollar trade right now, so I definitely want to pay attention to my own charts also, so let's watch the news together and see what happens. We got about 5 seconds until the news comes out. So let's see what happens. I'm thinking dollar up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't go up. Not one bit. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of volatility. Not a whole lot going on yet, though. Like I said, I really wouldn't be surprised if the dollar just kept on going down because the trend is definitely still down, but it's really that 5-wave shape that just makes me think that it's ready for a correction. But just because I think it's ready for a correction, the market may have different ideas. The market's the only one that knows, so The fact that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really makes me think that it wants to go up, but just because that's what I think doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It has not broken any structure yet, so the trend is definitely 100% still down, and it very easily could just keep drifting down. But I do think there is a good chance that it's going to go up, so we're going to have to watch and see. What happened with the news? Let's see. It was a little positive for the dollar. Inflation expectations were down a little bit too, so it is positive for the dollar. So you would think that just based on that, the dollar would go up, but the news is very, very deceiving. So more times than not, positive news will not cause, like if you have positive news for the dollar, a lot of the times it'll actually cause the dollar to go down. Sometimes negative news for the dollar will cause the dollar to go up, because the big money makers, the big money traders know exactly what retail traders are up to. They know exactly how to take your money, and they know that if you see positive news, then you're probably more likely to go long. So let's see here. Sorry, I just want to fix this real quick. It's been bugging me a little bit. There we go. Definitely pretty underwhelming so far, I would say, huh? Not a whole lot yet. It does look to me like it wants to go up still to make this ABC, but like I said, the market may have other ideas. Let's see what's going on with other things. Yeah, the euro definitely hasn't really turned down yet, even though I think it probably will. The pound has been strong. I don't think I would sort that one anyways, even if I thought it was going down. The Aussie isn't really doing a whole lot yet. Kiwi's not really doing a whole lot yet either, honestly. I think I'm gonna get in. The hell with it. I'm gonna give it a go. Alright, there we go. So yeah, Kiwi's not really going down yet, but I think it probably will. US dollar Canadian is not going up yet. It seems like it probably will, but it definitely isn't yet, and the market may have its own ideas, like I said. US dollar Swiss definitely looks like it wants to go up. It's not doing it yet, though. Positive news for the US dollar, and the yen looks like it wants to go down, but it seems to me like it's more likely that it will just keep on drifting up, so it definitely does seem to me more likely that it's going to go up. What about gold? Gold sometimes makes big moves for these type of things. Oh, things are definitely moving a little bit, that's for sure. Let's see here. So, let's see. Yeah, gold's kind of going up a little. It kind of makes sense for the overall pattern, but I still think it's probably more likely to make a move to the downside. But the trend is up, so it definitely wouldn't surprise me if it didn't. Not one bit. Yeah, the dollar's not really moving much. The trend is definitely down, and that's what we have to remember. The trend is our friend, and trading against our friend or trading against a trend is usually not a very good idea. Sometimes it will work out, sometimes we'll get lucky, but it's usually, whenever I take a counter trend trade, usually I end up regretting it later on. So we'll see. We might have to just go look at some other things real quick and see what happens on this. Come back to it in a few minutes and see what happens. Definitely not much volatility yet. Let's see. Connor, you got out of the yen pairs. Whoa. Everybody scared you out, didn't they? Yeah, probably not a bad idea, buddy, honestly, but yeah, they scared you. I don't blame you. Yeah, honestly. I mean, especially when you got those kind of profits going. I mean, what the hell? You might as well get out and reassess next week, honestly. So, good on you, buddy. You definitely did good on those yen pair trades. There's no doubt about that, man. They aren't really going down yet, though. Yeah, probably better off to play it a little bit on the safe side. Better safe than sorry, right? They definitely aren't turning. There's definitely no break of structure, but yeah, most of the time it is better to take your money. Sometimes you'll regret it later on, but really, once you're out of the trade is over, so there's no point in even caring anymore at that point. So what do we got on these yen pairs? Oh, before we switch to the yen pairs, let's look at this one more time because it looks like it might be doing it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just looking at too short of a time frame. Yeah, there's always another trade. Good point, Ricky, for sure. When you got those kind of profits going, it's hard to hold on to a trade when you got really really good profits. So I don't blame you at all. Honestly, I do the same exact thing quite often. If I get a trade that's really good profit, I have a itchy finger to close the trade. It looks like it's reversing. Yeah, look at the euro dollar. The euro dollar is going down pretty strong. Well, I'm looking at a short time frame on my other screen, but it definitely is starting to reverse a little. I think it's going to go exactly as planned. Oh, look at the US dollar yen. I think that one's going up. Gold is going to go down. The Swiss is going to go up. Kiwi, yeah, I don't know. The Canadian, that one, for some reason, the Canadian has really been driving that down. Kiwi, yeah, probably going to go down. Pound, yeah, Aussie down. Yeah, probably going to work out as planned, I would say. We definitely need to stop watching it and go look at some other things. I mean, usually it's better to go look at some other things sometimes rather than just sit there and watch your trades, because then you're more likely to close the dang things. Wow, look at these yen pairs, man. I have to agree that, I mean, honestly, if I was running the kind of profits on those trades, I would have closed out my yen trades also, but I don't think these yen trades are over. I think that they may come back and retest this 78%, but I think they're almost for sure still going up. I really don't think that anything is over on the yen pairs, even though a lot of people are talking about the big yen correction coming. But like I said, I think that's the reason why I've always been a pretty good trader, because I don't mind going against the crowd. Everybody thinks the yen is going down, I'm a buyer. If everybody thinks the yen is going up, I'm a seller. So it definitely still looks like a 1, 2, 3. I definitely don't see any reason to think it's over, other than thinking that it should be over. And what we think definitely doesn't matter to the market. Just because we think something should be over, the market doesn't really give two craps. So on the 4-hour time frame, even right here, it looks like a 1, 2, 3. So even this doesn't look like it's over. It looks like it's going to make a 4 and a 5 maybe, and then go down and maybe test that level and then go back up. So yeah, you're long on the Aussie dollar and the US dollar Swiss. That's like two opposite things going on there, buddy. I would want to be like short the Aussie dollar and long the US dollar Swiss, because the dollar goes in opposite directions on those ones. You have to remember that, definitely. So give me just a second to manage my own personal trades. Which one did I just enter? Right there, yeah. Oops, that's not the right one. I trade the euro dollar almost exclusively, and then I trade other dollar pairs on top, other dollar and yen pairs on top of that. And honestly, natural gas has been looking pretty good to me lately too, just because of the nice three-way pullbacks that I've been talking about. Extremely nice looking pullbacks on those dollar yen, the natural gas, that is. You have to appreciate when you see something that makes such nice three-way pullbacks. Ah, okay, buddy, that makes more sense. Yeah, I was going to say, if you go long the Aussie and long the Swiss, then you're probably going to end up losing on one of them. So I guess that's a good way to hedge your position, though, if that's what you're doing. But yeah, I don't think anything is over on the yen pairs. We don't have any break of structure. I would definitely still be looking for longs, for sure. But honestly, if I was running the kind of profit that you were, I would have definitely been, percentage-wise, I would definitely probably be looking for an exit, too. We can go back and look at that in a minute if you want, Vicky. We kind of went over that really fast because the news was getting ready to come out. But we can go check that out in a minute after we finish these yen pairs. Look at the pound yen. It's probably going to at least go up to this level before it even thinks about making a pullback. And even then, I think it's just going to be another pullback. Look at that. Even though you're probably celebrating, Connor, that you got a really good profit, you're probably going to come back to your charts later on and say, I should have held on to that for a little bit longer. But honestly, with that kind of profit, there's definitely nothing to regret. So I would definitely be looking for longs on this one also. Look at the Aussie yen. Yeah, that's even a three-way pullback right there. That's still going up for sure. We already looked at the dollar. We'll look at the dollar pairs again because of the news, but yeah, we already went over the dollar pairs a couple times. I do think the US dollar yen is going up, but that's because of the yen, not the dollar. Excuse me. I'm hoping the dollar will at least make a 38%. Yeah, you're gonna have a good weekend now. Since you had such a good trade, buddy, one thing that my old mentor used to always say is if you have like a really, really good trade or a really, really good week and you close out on Friday with like a really high note, then do something good this weekend. Do something exciting. Take your fiance or girlfriend or whatever she is out for a good dinner. Go out and celebrate a little bit. Because what that does is it trains your unconscious mind that making money from trading is a good thing because, subconsciously, just clicking your mouse to make money on the computer is, your subconscious mind does a lot to fight you on that. So when you have big wins and you have a really good week or something, then obviously don't go out and spend all the money you made. But, if you made, $300-400 this week, then go out and spend $100 on a nice dinner or something. Really, do something fun this weekend. Celebrate. Wow, look at the Canadian yen. Jesus Christ, those yen pairs. I traded these yen pairs a lot over the last couple of weeks, but I definitely haven't held on to them. Yeah, exactly. I definitely haven't held on to him like Connor has. He's the man on these yen pairs. We were joking earlier that I think we're starting to think that Connor works for the Bank of Japan, that he does so good on these things. The Bank of Japan calls him to ask him what to do on these yen pairs. Yeah, exactly. He's got some good trading psychology. That's kind of the key. He's killing it on that trading psychology. When I get some really good profits, I'm itching to get out, but not him. Yeah, so I would definitely still be looking for longs on the yen pairs, at least until I see a break of structure. And right now, they're all fluctuating on about the 4-hour time frame, so the last structure level is way down there. So I don't think that anything is really over. The Swiss, the last structure level is there, so I would definitely still be looking for longs on that one. The Canadian, yeah, we're looking for longs. We're definitely still looking for longs on that one. Definitely looking for longs. Yeah, we're definitely still looking for longs. There's no doubt about that. Let's go. Let's see. What have we not looked at? I think we looked at all the yen pairs, the dollar pairs. We looked at oil. We're gonna look at natural gas again. We looked at the stock market and we looked at Bitcoin. So now Connor's doing some inside trading. We don't want to say that out loud in the group. So before we move on, we're going to go look at natural gas for the key one more time because we did kind of skip over that one real quick. And I do appreciate natural gas because of the pullbacks. But before we move on, definitely make sure you join my free Discord group. It's 100% free to join. No obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. You can stay a free member for as long as you want to. But I do offer a lot of help to my Patreon members. I offer a trading course. I offer members forecasts. I offer members forecasts on all the dollar pairs and all the yen pairs, including oil, natural gas, and gold every morning before the London session. And on top of that, I do 2 Zoom meetings a week, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday for my Patreon members, where I teach and where we look a lot deeper into some of these patterns. So if you're interested in learning more about my strategy, then definitely check that out. The link for that is in the description and in the chat. Wow, I think I'm going to have a pretty good couple weeks too. Not trading the yen pair. I've been trading the hell out of the euro dollar for the last couple weeks, and kind of going back to my roots because I spent literally, when I was working a full-time job, I spent years only trading the euro dollar, and then I would also take trades on other pairs when I saw something extremely clear. But the euro dollar is definitely my grail, and I definitely know how she moves, so it's working out pretty good for me. Oh, looks like this wants to go up again too. Jesus, oil. I'm starting to dislike oil, to tell you the truth, honestly. I don't even like oil. I don't think I really want to even trade it. But natural gas I do kind of like a little. Oil is a pain in the ass. Oh, it did reject that area, didn't it? This is a structure rejection right there. It went down and it broke structure, but now it's rejecting that structure. That's usually a good sign that it may not even be going down yet. What's it look like on the short time frames? I don't know. I have a hard time believing that's an ABC. Yeah, that definitely rejected that structure. I don't even know if she's still here because she's probably the only one that really cares about natural gas. Oh, no, there she is, yeah. 5 minute time frame. Let's zoom out a little bit. It did kind of make 3 waves up right there, I guess, but that would be kind of far-fetched to say that that's a wave A. I don't know if I would believe that that's an A and this is a B and this is a C. Is that what you're thinking? ABC right there? Oh, you're thinking ABC up, right? It definitely did break structure. We're not even to the 38% yet, so I guess it's not really going up too much quite yet. Stupid thing. I gotta change my settings in there. And then save it so it doesn't go back to that every time. It doesn't really look like it's trending up, so I think that it's probably going to go down. It seems like down is the way to go, but we'll see. The trend is up, so we'll see if that actually is the case or not. But we do have a clear break of structure. I just wish it would have closed below structure. But if you're on the 5 minute, it probably did close below structure, didn't it? Yeah, I mean, it did close. It's all relative to what time frame you're on, because right here it did close. Yeah, I'm not drawing a straight line, but it did kind of close below structure right there. So really right now what we would have to do is we would have to observe this to see if it's going to make an ABC up or not. It probably is going to make an ABC up because look how impulsive down that is. So it probably is like, it's probably like a wave 1 and 2 of A, honestly. And then it's going to make a 3, 4, 5 of A. I think that's what's most likely to happen. And this is going to be an ABC correction on like the 1 to 4 hour time frame. Like it already kind of wants to go down a little. It seems like it's going to do this. Go down to at least a 50% and then probably end up heading back up. Let's see. Yeah, let's go. Let me see. Do we have any requests besides things that I normally look at? Let me scroll back a little bit, see if there's anything that we can look at before we go back to the dollar pairs. I thought I saw something. I think I lost it though, wherever it was. It is Friday, so TGIF, and definitely Friday afternoons can be known to be a little bit slow, and we definitely don't have really any news for the rest of the week. But Friday afternoons also, a lot of people are closing their winners and their losers, so you have to be aware of that also. Oh, we got a little bit of monetary policy report coming out today, which is tentative, so they don't give a time on it. Twice a year, it only comes out twice a year, so maybe that'll do something. Get out of there. So yeah, keep an eye on that. That could possibly do something. What happened? Oh, it's because I went. There we go. That could possibly do something, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna go back and look at the dollar pairs, definitely. That's usually my main focus anyways. I usually start the meetings by looking at the dollar pairs, and then I usually end the meetings by looking at the dollar pairs. So that's definitely our main focus, most of the time at least. So yeah, let's go back. I don't see any other requests besides dollar pairs. We already did yen pairs. We did the stock market. We did oil, natural gas. We did Bitcoin. So I think it's back to the dollar pairs. Let's see what happened. with the news. Now that we've given it about 20 minutes or so, I would say that direction should be in. Which I think we hit it right on the dot. Look at that. We're about to break structure. This is what gave it away right here. Look how clear that is. Like I said, if you looked up what a 5-wave Elliott wave trend is, like what a Elliott wave 5-wave pattern is, you would see this picture right here exactly. Pretty much any Elliott wave book would show you this picture right there as a perfect 5-wave pattern, and that is exactly what we got on the dollar right now. So it seems extremely clear that this is ending a trend, but the trend that it's ending is this trend right here. Now, whether it goes up and makes an ABC like this, which I think it's going to, or whether it goes up and makes a bigger correction, which I don't think it's going to, but if it does go up and take out that structure, that would mean that we're out in for a much bigger move. Most likely, I would say this is what's going to happen. It's going to make an ABC, and most likely, probably maybe Monday or maybe New York or London session Monday morning will be the most likely time for this to end another correction and then continue the downtrend. So things seem like they're doing pretty good. Hopefully it doesn't reject that level. I'm sure it is going to pull back a little bit, but if that rejects that level, we may have to rethink it. But it looks like it's just making a normal pullback, so everything's right on track. Yeah, that definitely looks like the end of a trend on the euro dollar, even though it hasn't broken structure yet. That is so clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Break of structure A, B, C, probably down to the 38%, and then probably back up. It seems extremely clear for sure. So that definitely seems like the most likely thing. The pound dollar, I don't think I would sort this one because of how strong the pound has been, but it still has an extremely clear pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably at least going to go down to the 38%, maybe the 50%, and then sometime next week probably end up continuing the uptrend. Aussie dollar was already going down, so maybe that would have been a better choice to go short on, honestly, because it was already going down a little bit. It's probably just a wave A. This one's probably going to make a little bit of a deeper correction, maybe a 61 or a 78% correction, and I bet this one will continue up also, but it's probably going to be a deeper correction than some of the other ones. We'll see. I don't know if these things have time to complete a correction today. It's probably more likely Sunday or London Open on Monday. This is definitely a wave A, I bet. I bet it's going to eventually make a correction to that, wave B, and then back down again for C. Probably to 61, 78%, break of structure, and then up C goes. Probably Monday. What do we have next week? Let's look at that real quick while we're thinking about it. Let me refresh this and get rid of those yellow ones because I don't really care about low-level news most of the time. And now let's look and see, what do we have for next week on the calendar? Monday's a holiday, which is a very dumb holiday, honestly. It's Juneteenth, which is stupid. I know Juneteenth is not a holiday for probably 99% of people in America, but it is a bank holiday. The banks will be closed on Monday, so we might have a little bit of a lack of volatility because of that alone. So maybe it's going to be Tuesday before this thing moves. Tuesday, there's really no news either. Tuesday, we got meeting minutes for the Aus. Must be the Feds in Australia, meeting minutes for the Aussie. Must be, I don't know if they call it the Feds in Australia, but that's what it is in America. The meeting minutes is the notes from the Fed meetings. But yeah, Wednesday we got CPI for the pound. Maybe that's what's going to finally cause the pound to lose a little bit of strength. We got retail sales for the Canadian. Oh, Powell is speaking on Wednesday. We definitely want to pay attention to that. I will be live streaming during that time because I live stream every Wednesday. So next Wednesday I will be live streaming. And also that reminds me that this Sunday I'm going to set a schedule for my live streams and post them on Discord. I'll also post them on my Instagram and my Facebook page. So that way everybody knows when I'm live streaming. I live stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I usually I'm going to start trying to do at least one more live stream on top of that during important news events. So the Powell speech is definitely an important one. We'll be live streaming for that. Thursday is a bank holiday for China, but then we got a bunch of Swiss news. We got the bank rate for the pound. That's definitely important news right there for sure. Maybe we'll have to live stream that. noon on Thursday. We're probably going to have to do a live stream for that for sure. Friday's a bank holiday for China also. They got a couple holidays going on. That's a lot of holidays this time of year. And then what do we got? All that PMI news next week. That right there usually does mean that there's going to be a big turn on the euro dollar because it's all euro news. And then on top of that, they got the pound news and then the dollar news later on. So I would definitely expect to see a good turn on Friday because of all that news also. And that's early in the morning. So we probably won't live stream for that one because I will most likely be working on my members forecast for my Patreon members. So maybe my Patreon members and I can do a quick live stream in the morning for that one because that is an important news event for sure. So we may want to really pay attention to that. Wow, the dollar's moving nicely. So yeah. US dollar Canadian, I don't think I would have gone short on this one either because the Canadian is very strong lately. But it probably will at least make a 38% retracement, I bet, and then sometime next week go down again. And the US dollar Swiss is going up. I think we got a little bit of a risk on move today. This is also a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. Very, very clear. It probably is going to be a wave A, but sometimes the Swiss will move a lot if it's a risk on move. If the market perceives the news as a risk on for the US dollar, sometimes the Swiss will make a big move. So you be careful on that one. It looks like it should be a wave A, but it could just keep on going. Look at the US dollar yen, man. We called that one perfectly. We've been calling the news perfectly pretty much all week this week. So anybody that's been following my channel, trading the news this week, even though it looked like a very daunting week at the beginning of the week, we looked at the news calendar and we're like, man, this is going to be a scary week with all the news. We pretty much called the news right every single time pretty much. Yeah, you're in long on that one, buddy. Good job. That was a good choice right there. The US dollar Swiss was a very, very good choice. We even got a break of structure now, which proves that this whole move down is over. It probably is going to be an ABC, but it probably will be at least a 50 or a 60% correction before it continues down. So that was a good choice, buddy, on that one. The Aussie dollar is going down pretty good too. You said you sorted that one, so that was a pretty good choice also. ABC down, impulsive up, probably next week sometime. Gold is even going exactly as planned. I bet this is a wave A. I bet it's going to make a B, and it's probably going to be a C. This is probably all going to be a crescent. It's probably not going to be that big, but ABC, probably a crescent to this move down. Probably more likely like this. Like something like that. ABC, and then back up C will go, I bet. So everything's going pretty much as planned. Like I said, anybody that's been following my channel and following the news this week, hopefully is making some really good profits, especially with my members forecast. Anybody that has been following my members forecasts, I think should be doing pretty damn good with their trades because we've been right on this week big time. So if anybody is interested, this is my members forecast right here. I update this every single morning before the London session. All the US dollar pairs and all the yen pairs, including gold, oil, and natural gas, get updated every single morning before the London session. So right around before 9 a.m. UK time, I update all these pairs. I tell you which direction to trade in. I tell you what time frame to trade on, and I tell you what to look for a trade. And then on top of that, I also do a 20-minute video every morning, a 20-minute live stream every single morning for my members where I show you exactly what I'm looking for an entry. And that comes with the Patreon membership. And it also comes with a trading course, which is 38 videos over 7 hours of training. So you get a lot for your money. Like I said, most people charge way more money than I do for stuff like that. So definitely check it out. The link for that is in the chats. And it's in the description. Now, even if you don't want to join my Patreon, I still would like to see you join my Discord channel, which is 100% free to join. You do not have to pay a penny at all, and you can stay a free member of my channel for as long as you want. We have 3,491 members right now, so you can stay a free member with my group for as long as you want. You're not going to receive any of the benefits that I just talked about, but there's plenty of people in the group that are more than happy to help you out. Sugar, what's up, menu? How's it going today? Menu's turning into a commodity trader, which I don't blame him. He does really good with gold, so might as well expand his horizon out to. Oh wow, look at that, buddy. Do you see what I see, Menu, on the daily time frame? Menu is going to be our newest commodity trader. He's a very, very good gold trader, so now he's going to start trading sugar, wheat, cotton, and some of these other things. Coffee, coca, maybe copper, soybean. You got a pretty good choice. Ah, awesome. I love to hear it, Menu. That is a very, very, very clear correction right there. I'm glad that you see what I see. This is going to go up and take out that high. I almost guarantee it. Leaving that pullback today was extremely, not today, but whenever it was. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Extremely clear pullback. I bet this is going to at least go up and take out that high and maybe even go a lot further. That's awesome, buddy. Good job. 1 hour time frame. I don't think anything is over. I wouldn't be surprised if it did make a pullback at some point, but I don't think anything is over. I would definitely still want to be long also, and I would definitely still be looking for longs at the end of pullbacks for sure. Oh wow, look at that right there. This is probably where you entered right there. Look at that. Perfect three-way pattern. Another perfect three-way pattern. You have to admire when you see a pair that makes such perfect three-way patterns for us. Gives us so many good opportunities to enter the market over and over and over. Just rinse and repeat. That's really what it's all about. You just open your charts every day and you look for exactly the same patterns. You look for exactly the same thing. You're not changing your strategy. You're not looking for the holy grail. You're just opening your charts every day. You're looking for the exact same setups. You're looking for exactly the same thing. And you're just doing it rinse and repeat over and over and over with proper risk management and the right skills and the right psychology. Pretty much anybody can be successful with their trading if they do what is necessary, which is put in the time and effort. Trading is definitely one of the hardest businesses you can get into, but once you actually learn how to do it, it's really not all that difficult, because really all you're doing is the exact same thing day in and day out. Every single day you're doing the exact same thing. So I hope everybody is making some good profits. I know that this was a very, very profitable week for me. The last couple weeks have been really. And that looks like it's going to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to me on the 4-hour time frame. So everything's going awesome. Yeah, we got a little bit of a pullback, but that's probably just because of this break of structure. I don't think it's nothing to really worry about. I got my take profit at the 38%. I couldn't help it. I'm trading just a euro dollar, so I am trying to do a little bit more aggressive. So I do have a take profit at the 38%, which I entered on a very short time frame on the euro dollar. So that's going to be a pretty damn good trade right here. So I think it may actually make a big pullback, which I kind of hope it does. Honestly, I hope it does make a wave B, because what I'm going to do at the end of a wave B is go short again and turn a good trade into a phenomenal trade, and then end up doing something like that. Probably next week we'll exit our shorts and we'll go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. So I hope everybody's having a good week. Like I said, if you are interested in joining my Patreon, the link is in the chats and the description. Even if you don't want to join my Patreon, you can join my Discord channel 100% for free. It looks like we had 46 votes and 80% of you said you were in my Discord channel already. So I really do appreciate that everybody is in the channel, and I hope everybody participates in the Discord channel. Definitely feel free to participate, and definitely feel free to definitely feel free to participate in my chats and stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. That rejection. We have to be careful. Usually when you see price reject a level, that means that it's going back up. So we have to be careful about that, definitely. If this was going down, it would have closed below structure nicely. So it could definitely just be like a final attempt to stop everybody out. But on the longer time frames, I do think the trend is up. So we have to be a little on the careful side with stuff like that. So everybody, definitely enjoy your weekend. We definitely have a few hours until the New York session is over. Yeah, we need to see a turn. If she's going to turn, it's pretty strong, but it doesn't mean that it won't go down again. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the weekend, and as always, happy trading, and I hope I see everybody on Monday for my live stream at the same time, same place. So happy trading and good luck to everybody.